Hey, what's up, YouTube? I just wanted to hop on here and talk about something that has been in my life recently and for a while, and that is anxiety. And I don't really know where to go with this, but I thought I would just kind of talk it through and see if you guys have similar experiences. So I guess I can start kind of just telling you what's recently been happening. So I'm still in college. I graduate in December of this year. Obviously, it's summer right now, so I'm working my school summer job, which is your typical office job. And it's in accounting, but one of the new responsibilities because basically a full time person got promoted and they used to answer the phones for our department. And so there's a lot of student, you know, workers throughout the school year, but during the summer it's a little bit less. But one of our new responsibilities recently, like the past week and a half, has been now we have to answer the phones. And I think this whole situation really made me realize how much anxiety and overthinking really affects my life. Um, because the second I heard that we're gonna have to, start answering the phones, I immediately get anxious. It's a feeling of like butterflies in your stomach, uh, like like you have to go to the bathroom, like that sort of anxiety that it's just in your stomach and it builds there. And it's like I'm getting this anxiety for something, first of all, that isn't even like that crazy. I'm gonna have to answer the phone, whatever. But I'm getting anxious. I'm overthinking it. I start thinking, oh, what if I sound like dumb on the phone? Or, you know, all these people sitting around me are gonna hear me on the phone, and I don't like that. And, I don't want to answer the phone. Why do I have to do this? And like, I'm just getting anxious and worked up over all this. And it really shouldn't be that big of a deal, but I kind of realized how much anxiety and overthinking has overtaken my life and the things I do. Because every day now, for a week and a half, when I get off work, I'm just dreading the next day. I'm anxious about the next day. And that's how it's been for years now, is where when things are happening in my life that are coming up, I get anxious in advance and I overthink everything, and I have to be ultra prepared in advance so that, I try telling myself, oh, I'll be less anxious if I prepare more now, but it doesn't even help. I'm still anxious. It's just the anxiety makes me want to over prepare for things, and that also doesn't help. And, you hear people say, oh, like, that's tomorrow's problem, don't worry about it. Or people around me will say, well, I just don't think about it till it's like the day of, or, they can kind of put it to the side as they're doing other things, say the day before, a week before, a month before, whatever it is. And I really wish I could do that. And I'm really going to try to work on myself and get to a place where I can do that, because right now I can't. And it's really been bothering me lately how this has overtaken my life and done so much, I would say, damage to just, I'm not trying to make it a negative thing because I like to be positive, but just how much it affects my life, and how if I have things coming up, like say, I knew I had to answer the phones at work, and say like, oh, this weekend I'm going camping with some friends, which I did. But before the camping trip, I wasn't even excited for the camping trip, packing, whatever. Like, I wasn't excited. I was in a slump because of something that's going to happen, the next week after camping. And sometimes I feel I can only really enjoy something if I can really only enjoy something if like all of the anxiety inducing events are over and I have none in the future. Which, like, oh, I can only look forward to the camping trip if, my presentation's over for class or whatever. And like, I have no presentations ever again in the future planned. At that time is the only time I can really enjoy it, or really before the fact, be excited. And that's kind of how it is. But I don't want it to be like that. And it shouldn't be like that, because that's just no way to live. So if you guys have similar situations or you guys go through the same sort of things, please drop it down below in the comments. I just kind of want to come on here and talk about that. And I thought it would get better over the years as I did more and more things that made me anxious, because that's also what you hear is, oh, the more presentation and the more public speaking you do, the more you answer the phones, the more you do this, the more you do that, the better it'll get. You'll get used to it. And that hasn't really been my experience, which kind of scares me. Like, I'll do class presentations, I'll be really anxious before, I'll do it, it'll go fine usually. Like, after the fact, I'm like, okay, like, I did it, it was fine, whatever. But then, next semester when I have more presentations, it's the same cycle where I get anxious before. And you would think after a while, in my head, you would think I would be like, oh, it'll be fine. I got through the past ones, it'll be fine. And matter of fact, I will tell myself those things, but it still just doesn't help. Like, there's something still making me anxious, and I really want to get to the bottom of it, and I want to solve it. And I think it is a mindset thing, but you can tell yourself all these things like, oh, there's no need to worry. You can be like, oh, no one really cares. Like, they're going to forget your presentation in a day. And I tell myself all that, but still it just doesn't help. And I think it's just something deep down I have to face and really try to fix my problems. Um, and I don't exactly know how. So that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about today, and something I'm trying to improve on. I also need ideas if someone could comment on other videos to make, but I don't know if I want to go down the more finance, you know, talking about finance on my channel, or if I want to do more lifestyle things like this. So if you guys have any input, you can put that down below. If you guys have any input on this video, you can put that down below. And yeah, that's kind of it for this video. Let me know what you guys want to see.